What's up guys, Tomahawk here to open some more Minecraft survival games to we're playing on Holiday Resort. Let's go ahead and get into this game. I didn't break that thing properly, got iron boots. We're going to go out and set off into the wild and engaging in combat with random people over the internet, engaging in simulated fighting that would not help me in the real Hunger Games, but it doesn't even matter because it is entertainment for the soul for both me and you to continue. I was trying to make a rhyme right there, but it didn't really work, so oh well. So, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to tell a story today, and, well, this is going to be sort of a collection of stories, sort of not, but, I was thinking, okay, I've actually, every time I've wanted to tell a story, I've wanted to tell this story, and right now, actually, before going into this video, I was going to tell a different story, but I was like, screw it, right now I'm going to tell the story that would probably give me repercussions in the real world, seeing as probably only a small group of people know that I did this, or, yeah, but, basically, as I've said in a couple of other videos, that I have closed down school literally within walking distance, about 30 seconds from my house. It used to be the elementary school that I went to until it closed down when I was in first grade. Well, I was going to go into second grade, and first grade was the last year that I spent at that school before it got closed down because, you know, budget cuts, and the school, you know, could not be afforded because of the government, because, you know, California did not get that much of a budget for its schools, and I think they're actually trying to cut the pay of teachers right now. So we're not in the best situation, but that's pretty much why my school closed down. And basically, a school closing down after a couple of years turns into sort of a ghetto place. We've had lots of times I think there's this one time where, you know, the majority of the time people go over there at the middle of the night, probably like 12-ish, 1-ish in the morning, and I'd still be awake because, you know, I'm playing video games all day long. And like you'll like hear them, you'll hear us do all this stuff, and people basically go over there and to do drugs and illicit activities that are very bad and stuff. So basically that turned into a really bad place. And I actually remember this one time, there's these people who are hanging out over there, and apparently one of these guys was not being liked by the other ones or whatever. I don't know the details because I actually slept through this, and my brother was the one who told me the whole story the next day. But you know, I'm assuming it took place around 11 o'clock because my brother would be sleeping if it was like any time further than that. So there's this guy who was with a couple of other people, and they went outside the alley because to get into the school from where I live, there's actually a little alley. It's kind of like an anonymous alley that looks like you would get stabbed in it. So he was out there, and he was screaming in pain, like, help me, blah, 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 blah. And my brother was the first one to hear him out of everyone in our neighborhood, and he's like, Mom, get the ambulance, blah, 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 blah. And we had no idea what happened. So they went outside. You know, actually, so I'm playing video games through this, I think. If I wasn't asleep, I don't even know what I've said before. But my point is, I didn't know it till the next day. Right. Continuing on, they went outside, and they found out that the guy had his head bashed in with a wrench. Apparently the guys had an argument, and he got his head bashed in with a wrench, and there was blood all over the sidewalk, and it was really disgusting. So they called the ambulance, he got taken away, and that was that, and it was really disgustingly weird that happened, and there was blood on the street for a couple days, and it was, I feel like I lived in Compton after that, because it's really weird how that stuff was happening. But going back to that school, how a bunch of rebellious people go over there to do stupid things. Well, I am one of those people. Actually, I was one of these people like a while ago. So me being in 4th grade, I had one of my friends over. I'm not going to say his name just to protect the innocent here, but you know who you are if you're watching. But we went over to the school. It's called Kettler, the name of the school. So we went over to Kettler, and it was a normal day. It was just after school. We're in 4th grade, by the way, when this happens. I remember it being in 4th grade for, I don't know why I actually remember it being in 4th grade, but it's 4th grade, okay? So we go over there, and we get bored, and there's like on the side of the school, I'm pretty sure on the side of like every school, there's these like pipes. I think they're either electric pipes or they're water pipes. Not really sure. Probably electric pipes. I'm thinking, well, electric, you know, pipes that hold wires in them or whatever. But you could easily climb up these pipes to go on top of the school and just screw around while you're up there. And looking back on it, it's very dangerous because me being in 4th grade, I'm not the largest person in the world, and to get to the top of this roof, it's about, I would say, I'm not really sure, I'd say 20-30 feet high to get to the whole wall to climb. So us being stupid, we decided to climb to the top of the roof and just screw around on top of there. And we climb up to the top, and basically, when you're trying to go from vertical to horizontal, trying to get over that wall, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I remember almost crapping my pants because there's this little power box. I think it's a power box. It was all rusted and stuff because, you know, the school had been closed down for a couple of years. And I decided I was going to step on it and use it as a foot spot to jump off of to get on top of the roof. And I remember what happened is I'm standing on it perfectly fine. It didn't give way or anything. And I go to jump, and I jump, and it falls. Like, it breaks down. And I grip to the top of the roof and pull myself up, knowing that thing had just fell. And I'm pretty sure I almost died back then. So if I had died right there, I wouldn't be here today making a YouTube video. So that's really good. We made it to the top of the roof, and we just pretty much screwed around for the rest of the day. And that was that. But there's another story. Well, this is a couple stories. I'm going to tell the one where I pretty much got into some big trouble. What happens is, I think this is the same year. So me and that same friend, plus one of my neighbors who is another friend. I don't actually talk to him much anymore. But we were over there. So it's the three of us. And we decide we're going to be rebellious children and do some stupid things. So what we did was, apparently they had added security cameras to the place because people were vandalizing the area and stuff. So what we decided to do was we were going to take these security cameras because we had assumed they'd been connected to nothing, which they were connected to nothing, because they were just basically scare security cameras. They weren't real. They didn't do anything. So what we decided to do, because we were really stupid, we decided to take this giant pole that we had found and break the security cameras with them. Well, before we could do that, before we could do anything stupid, apparently there was a car parked out right in front of the school, and someone was checking like electricity or something. I never really found out. This guy was checking that all out, and he had come out and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop right there!" And we were like, "Oh, damn it, we're gonna get in trouble." What the hell is that? Oh, it's like a lazy river. Huh, that's pretty cool. It's just like, damn it, we're gonna get in trouble. So the guy detains us, and he calls the cops, or really calls one cop. The guy shows up, and he's like, "What are your guys' names?" Blah 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 blah. And I give my name, and the guy's just like, "What's your home phone number?" And since I was in 4th grade, I could probably get away with lying. So I was like, "I don't know my home phone number," which I think I actually didn't know the home phone number, but looking back on it, I felt when I said I didn't know, because I didn't want to, like, you know, not give a guy enough information. I felt like I was lying when I said it, because like I was like, damn it, I didn't know this stuff to tell the guy, so he might get me in more trouble or whatever. And he's like, whatever, he just discards it, and he didn't know. And at the very end, after he takes all of our information, he doesn't put us into the cop car. The guy says, are you going to press charges? And the guy's just like, no, I'm not going to press charges. These kids have learned their lesson. I was like, and that was basically the weight lifted off my shoulders. I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not going to get any trouble for this. And basically we leave, and we go on with our days, and we're just like, oh, thank God. But that's not the end of my story. Apparently, the security cameras that I said don't do anything, they did do something. Oh, I'm so stupid. So I go into school, like a week passes, and in the middle of class, I get called up to go to the principal's office. And me being like a star student, I was like in elementary school, you know, all honors classes is like the best classes that you could go in, and you know, you're just like, I think it's called the GATE program. You know, you're in this one teacher who's teaches you advanced stuff. So I was like, you know, me being the perfect child I am, and getting to the call to the principal's office was like me getting like killed and going to like whatever the bad place is in your religion. Let's just for the sake of argument, we're gonna say me going to hell. I was like, it was the end of my world, pretty much, going to the principal's office. It's like, no, I'm gonna get in trouble because the security cameras had something. Oh my God! So I get called in the principal's office. The lady pulls me in, and she's like, "Hello, Julio. How's it going?" I was like, "I'm doing pretty good. How's your day?" She's like, "Good." I remember this conversation just completely, and she's just like, are you familiar with the school Kettler? And I was like, yes, I actually live right next to it. I'm trying to be as formal as I can to like not get in any trouble. And I was like, yeah, actually, I know what it is, and I live right next to it. And she's like, would you be surprised if there's a security camera that had caught your picture at there? And me, I am really stupid, and I lied, which I think, looking back on it, was a really good idea for me to lie, because I didn't get in any trouble as far as I knew. So I said, no, I'd be very surprised if that happened. I have no idea anything about it. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she just completely disregards the fact, because she knew I didn't cause any trouble or anything. I have no idea, really. But then she asked me about this other guy that, going back to the person who interrogated me, like, I remember we brought up this guy, like, the guy who's, the guy who called the cops, he was, because he worked for the city or whatever, he's like, do people do this all the time? Do people come over here and climb onto the roof and stuff? And we're like, yes. He's like, you know, are there any names and stuff? And we give him the names of a couple people because our neighbors are stupid and they do it all the time to go do, like, really bad things. They, like, break windows, blah, 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 blah. There's actually not windows anymore. They boarded them all up, going back on that because they all got shattered. And we gave him the names of a couple people, and I, but going back to the principals, she's like, do you know a kid by the name of, let me just give him I'll call him Frankie Jones. I don't know, that's the only thing that came into my head. Do you know Frankie Jones? I was like, yes, I do know Frankie Jones, he's my neighbor. And he's just like, does Frankie Jones go over to Kettler and cause trouble? And I was like, yes, he does, I see him do it all the time. She's like, oh, okay, thank you, you could go now. And I was just like, really? And she's like, yeah, you can go now. And really, when that happened, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm not in trouble. And basically, the rest of, like, the month, I felt like I was going to get called back into the principal's office and get in trouble again. Because really, I thought I did, because I thought I did something so bad. But looking back on it, it wasn't that bad, because I didn't actually do anything, well, it's bad. So, I'm paranoid for a whole month, and I'm pretty much, when the paranoia goes away, I'm like, okay, we're all good. That story is over. Me and my two friends who were involved in this are going to have to carry the secret to our graves and never tell anyone. And really, I haven't told anyone till now. I just told the internet. But I'm only ratting myself out, all right? I'm only ratting myself out. You people don't know the names of my two friends who got in trouble with me, and I don't think they care then. As long as I ratted myself out, they won't know anything about it. And that's something that I guess I could use as an excuse if they get mad at me. So there's that. Thumbs up. But looking back on it, if you were to learn anything from my story, is don't go into areas that are considered illegal to enter, like it's considered breaking and entering, even though it's just like a 2-foot fence, and people always just remove the gate because then open it up because people use it as like to walk their dogs because it's in an enclosed area and stuff. So they do that. The point is, don't trespass, because that's really bad. Is he invisible? Holy shit, he's invisible! Oh, no, they reappeared. They were invisible for... Oh, that is a team. Okay, let's see if we can make it possible to survive. Probably not, because these people are probably smart. There's nothing we could do. Oh, my goodness. If I can pull this off, I'll be impressed, but odds are I can't. But why not? Oh, why the fuck? Did I just put out the fire? He shot his teammate. Okay, fine. Just block it. Block it the crap out of him. Oh, yes. Okay, and run away, run away, run away. I should eat a golden apple. Golden apple is being eaten. And, oh, ow. Nope, that is be bad. Stop hitting me with those arrows. You are very good aim. Okay, what to do now, what to do now? I don't have any more fire. I don't have any more fire, and I'm gonna die. Yep, that is... I hate teams. Why you gotta be teaming, man? Please don't do that. Yes, they're betraying each other. No, they're not. Eat more golden apples. That's probably a good solution. No, please, Ifan. I'll kill you. Yeah, I'll kill you. Oh my goodness. Nope, 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 nope. Please don't kill me. Yeah. I get this all the time. I'm trying to kill teams. It kind of sucks really bad. Okay. Oh my! I killed one. Oh, can I kill the other one? I'd be very surprised if I could kill him. Oh my goodness! Kill! 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 Oh, I did it! Yes! Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of MCSG with Tomahawk. Hope you guys have a nice day, please. Brah!